I'm never drinking again. Put a hurting on my credit card. I must have bought tequila shots for everybody at the bar. Well, I finally learned my lesson. Seen the neon light on Sunday morning. Saved no more Saturday nights. I mean it this time, at least until next weekend. I swear I'm never drinking again.
What's up, humans? Today on the Windy City Joe's podcast, we are here with a incredible human being. Usually we do like quirky, funny intros or whatever, but I'm kind of just fucking amazed by your voice, dude. Like,
thanks,
your
buddy.
voice is insane. His name is Josh Kiser, and he is with Drake White on his tour. And yeah, dude, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it, boys.
Yeah, so is this your first time in Chicago?
First time ever. Yeah.
Do you like it so far? Do you
Love
hate
it. It's cold.
It is.
It's really cold.
Well,
Like
today was
dude,
like the first day.
we were in Minnesota last night, and I woke up this morning, my nose was all runny, and I was like, oh, that's the cold. There it is. It's gonna get me. And no crap, dude. I had to go to the CVS this morning, and just like I got everything I could get because I knew I was like, if I gotta cut this off right now.
Yeah.
So, but I think we got here at like 7 or 8. So I was walking, no sun, and I was like, no wonder they call it the Windy City. I'm like freezing, but it was great, man. It was
That's true.
good.
The wind does make it a lot worse.
I know, and it's crazy because like every time you say that in like Chicago, people are like, it's because of the politics. And you're like, it's probably also because of the weather.
Yeah,
though. It's
yeah.
Have you felt that shit?
Yeah, it's really cold.
This is nothing. I was here on the polar vortex day, which was like 2 or 3 years ago, and it was negative 60.
Good
And
lord.
like the city was shut down, so we just decided to bar hop to the dives that like were open.
Oh yeah.
But it was
Wait, how does that work though? Like, what do they do?
so like all of the transportation was shut down, like the train system, because
Yeah.
everything was frozen. Buses weren't even running because engines couldn't turn on. So and like schools weren't open. So we're just like, well, what do
Wow.
we do today? So
Yeah. Well,
Google,
Bar
see if
hop.
bars are open. Yeah,
might
call
as
them.
well. Yeah.
And I was working for my dad, and he was like, yeah, you have to come into work. So I drove into downtown, and that was the day that I spun out. I did
no.
like 720, like twice, and then the guy pulled
So
up
you
next
did
to
a
me.
14.
No,
40?
no, I meant like 2 full circles, so a 720.
Got you.
And then like this guy pulls up next to me, and he's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I play Forza, so I'm."
Dude, we saw last night. We were trying to leave, right? And these people had it was like Fast and Furious, all black cars, shut all 4 pieces of the roadway down, and people were just doing donuts and stuff like that. And the cops were chasing after them. It was the craziest thing I've ever
What?
seen. People on motorcycles, and they had people protecting them all in like
What?
black SUVs. Craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Goddamn mafia.
Yeah,
You're telling me?
that's like well, and that's the other thing is like you'll see a lot of like a lot of people in Chicago wear the color black, like it's like insane. And I don't know if it's like a Midwest thing. I really don't see it anywhere else.
I think it is. One of my best friends is Midwest, and
Yeah.
she dresses in all black all the time.
Yeah,
All the time.
And maybe we're just lazy.
yeah, we're like
I mean,
yeah,
I'm
you
literally wearing all black right now.
I mean, black's my favorite color.
yeah, because
So-
you can be in a bar, you spill something on yourself, and it's like those
I don't know.
commercials
Dude.
where they're dumping the red wine all over the thing.
And-
They're like, you can't even tell.
And that slim, thick bod that I've got, too. You know, I sweat like a dog.
Yeah.
And I'll be sitting there. I'm like, if I'm wearing gray or something like that, I'm done. But
Yeah.
black, we're good. You can't see it.
White
Yeah.
tees are so risky.
White tees are risky.
Yeah,
It's-
because it's like like a little bit of sweat away from a wet t-shirt.
yeah, you're real close. And I have like a whole bunch of tattoos, so I don't like ever showing them with like white t-shirts.
Yeah.
So I won't ever wear them.
Got you.
Can't do it.
Gotcha. So you're from Cleveland. But
Yeah.
not Cleveland.
Not Cleveland, Ohio.
Right.
Yeah, Cleveland, Tennessee.
Cleveland. What the hell's Cleveland, Tennessee like?
There's nothing but gas stations, churches, and banks.
Nice.
That's it.
No bars?
Now there's 3, but
Oh,
we
wow.
just now got liquor licensed.
Oh,
So like you weren't allowed to sell liquor or anything my entire childhood, and even like into high school, mid college, like we weren't
What?
allowed to have liquor. And not only that, like you couldn't sell beer on Sundays.
Oh, that's how Indiana was.
So it was just a dry
county. Yeah. So Dryden County.
Wow.
You have to drive 45 minutes to get liquor.
That's how
God.
Lynchburg is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which doesn't make any sense because Lynchburg is home of Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
But they're a dry county.
They're like,
That's
we'll
insane.
make it, but you can't
Yeah.
have it.
Yeah, we'll make it, but you can't drink it.
Yeah. So were you and your buddies drinking in high school? Or was
Oh,
it
dude,
less
yeah,
than-
all the time. Like
you had a guy.
I had a beard. I would
Oh,
go in
okay.
and just buy.
Oh,
beer.
so you were the one.
Yeah.
You were the one.
Yeah, it was me and my buddy. We call him Big Joey, and he's like 6'4", probably. The dude's a freight train
He's a
of a
tank,
man. Yeah. And when he was 15, he had a full grown beard, and he was 6'4" and just gigantic. And we would just go in, freshmen in high school,
Yeah.
and go to this gas station. We had 2 gas stations we could go to. Never said a word to us. And we would just buy beer and just
Oh
like go,
God.
like we would just rage. Basically,
How big was your high school?
My graduating class was 300 people.
Oh, okay. That's bigger
So,
than I was expecting.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
not
it's
big, though.
it's weird because the county is set up with two county high schools and 1 city high school.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So basically, you have like all this like medium sporty people went to my high school, and then you have like a really dominant sport school, and then you've got a like ag / really good at sports school too. So you had 3 schools that were really, really good at selective sports.
Yeah.
I know I played football and we sucked, dude. Like it was so bad. Like I think I ended up quitting just because I just got tired of getting the shit beat out of me and losing so much. But other than that, it was a good time, and it was nice because I knew everybody. So I've got a song out called The F Word, and
Yep.
it definitely was that growing up for sure.
That's where it rooted
It was
from. Gotcha.
miserable. Actually, I didn't write that song, but my producers actually wrote it
Okay.
with a guy named Ben Burgess, who wrote Whiskey Glasses.
Okay.
Okay.
And I heard it, and I was like, dude, that is 100% me. Can I have that? He was like, hell yeah, you can. So we cut it like the next day and then put it out, dude. It's cool.
That's awesome.
That is.
So, well, does anyone ever compare you to like Chris Stapleton
All the time.
all the time?
Yeah.
It's like
It's
when you
uncanny.
started singing those
Yeah, I think like people, there's some people that were sitting up there that looked down and was like, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that a lot. That's one of those things where I it's an honor to be compared to that, but at the same time, like I just don't want people thinking that that I'm trying to do that. That's
Right.
just my voice.
That's just you.
and,
Yeah.
I think when you are a big guy and you have rasp, and they're automatically and a little bit of that bluesy stuff, automatically people are gonna go Stapleton.
Right.
I've really tried to be more conscious about, especially these new records that we got coming out, to separate myself from like the bluesy side of everything, which I kind of congregate to because I'm a big Ray Charles guy, but also that 90s Travis Tritt thing. We're really trying to mesh those two together and stay out of that Stapleton lane,
Right.
if you
Yeah.
will. Unfortunately, like TikTok, we were actually talking about this earlier yesterday. My TikTok blew up like a couple days ago, and it was a John Mayer song that I covered, and people were like, "Oh, Stapleton this, Stapleton, 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 Stapleton." It's like every other thing is Chris, and I'm trying to figure out how to process all that, because for me, it's like I don't want to don't get me wrong, it's like I said, it's an honor, but at the same time, it's like I'm just really trying to do my own thing here,
The name is Josh. Damn it.
Yeah.
I got you.
I kept actually commenting on people's comments, and I was like, "Who's Chris? Who
There you
is
go.
this?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
who
yeah.
are you guys talking about? Like,
Yeah.
completely oblivious."
Yeah, I've
to
never
it.
heard of that
I
guy.
have no
Yeah.
idea who this man is.
Chris Mapleton. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Is he from Canada? Hey,
Right.
sorry.
Right.
What's up?
Sorry.
But it's all fun, man. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and hopefully people see that. So
Yeah.
let's keep
Well,
on going.
So you actually have a decent amount of songs out on Spotify right now.
Right now, yeah. We've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3. We've got 4 out right now.
Yeah.
And then we're about to put out an EP next month.
Ooh, nice.
So
How many is
it'll
in
be
there?
good. 1, 2, 3. I think 4.
Okay.
I think 4. And then we're gonna add Big on Little Things, so 5.
Yeah, I love that's my favorite by you, brother.
Oh, thank
sure.
you. Yeah, and that's the difference. So that song right there was kind of like, okay, we've found this sound. Let's separate the Stapleton.
Oh, so you're gonna do
thing.
more things like Big on Little
Yes.
Things? Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So totally more stuff like that.
See, I think my favorite by you is I'm Never Drinking Again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was,
Because that's your life.
well, because at least like this morning I was listening to that. I was like, it really resonates with me today specifically. But yeah, it was definitely that one just had a good sound to it. I liked it. I was on the train. I was like listening to it. I was like, I'm never drinking again ever. So
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's a good, I love that song. I love playing that song. And when I heard that, I knew I had to have it. So it was one of those things, I love cutting outside songs and stuff like that, even though I write my own. It's just been good to be able to do that. And I think that we got more like Never Drinking Again coming, but it's definitely in that same sound of what we got Big on Little Things with. So
yeah.
hopefully we'll cross our fingers. with it
What's
and see
your
what
favorite
happens.
song that you've ever?
That I've ever written, or
Yeah.
Oh man, I think there's always going to be a better one,
There you go.
Right.
but and there's always going to be a worse one. But right now, definitely Big on Little Things is one of my favorite songs to play out and just see people kind of dance around to it and stuff. I love that Texas swing kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I would say I've got a song that hasn't came out yet, and I'll play it tonight. It's my grandpa. I was adopted when I was younger, and my grandparents raised me and stuff like that. And my mom, she remarried. She was around, and I was with her a lot and all that kind of stuff. And they're great people, and I love her to death. I love my stepdad to death. And but my grandparents really kind of honed in on taking over and making sure that I was brought up right and doing the right things and fishing and hunting and all that kind of good stuff,
Yeah.
and we kind of got in a weird spot where it was like he hasn't been really good with health recently, and it kind of freaked me out, and I was like, man, I really want to write a song just to kind of process all this. And so I went, I think I had a write with Brindley Addington and Dave Cohen, it was like a random thing. I never met Dave, but I knew Brindley just through, like, we write together a lot and mutual friends and stuff, and we hang out. But Brindley was talking. He was like, what do you want to write today? And I was like, man, like, I'm struggling really hard. Like, I'm just missing my grandpa, and like I'm kind of worried about him and all that kind of stuff. And he was like, well, let's write it. Let's write something. And I was like, well, I got this title. It's like he ain't gone. He just went and found a better place to fish. Like that
There you
was,
go.
that was kind of that whole thing. And I was it's one of those therapeutic things. Being a songwriter, it's like you're projecting that you accept that one day he's going to die,
Yeah.
but he's just going to be waiting up there on me to come fish with him, and that kind of stuff. Cause I remember he would be so tired, like just dog tired, and he would make time for me after work and all that kind of stuff. He traveled around different paper mills and all that kind of stuff. And then now seeing him kind of in like a more fragile state, it just kind of threw me off. And I wanted to do something nice for him. So luckily he got to hear that one, and we're going to be putting that one out real soon too. So
Dude, I can't
excited
fucking
about
wait for
that.
that. I have like goosebumps right now because me and my grandpa had like that same relationship, and he was a huge fisherman and like just straight up like blue collar worker.
Yeah.
And like barely like provided enough for my dad. And then like when he passed, he had this like college savings, and it was like 300 something bucks. Like it was nothing.
Yeah.
But like what the meaning behind that amount like meant, more than what that amount actually did.
Yeah.
And so just as a fan perspective, I'm also just happy that like you literally do write shit from the heart.
Yeah.
And that's just like, that's so cool.
Oh,
Like
thanks, buddy.
that's awesome. And it is cool as well that it's just therapeutic for you as well.
Right.
'Cause, like, that's what I want to hear.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely would never write anything that I didn't ever go through, or that I didn't think that would resonate with people. That's my main goal. It's not to get, obviously, people are like, oh, we want to hear you on the radio. Well, unfortunately, radio doesn't play real country songs sometimes.
True.
Yeah.
When it comes to a certain, and I say that in authority of like, I'm going to walk in this life of, I'm not going to write bullshit. I'm going to write real stuff. And what people like us, we all can relate to. 'Cause it's hard enough, dude. to go through life without being able to lean on something,
Yeah.
Right.
you know? So I kind of lean in towards the creative side and just stick with the music and
So
all that kind of good stuff.
when you're writing and like you have these writing meetings, well, do you have like a pen or a notepad that you just always keep with you and like you jot shit down and then
I'm constantly like on my phone,
okay.
just texting random stuff and notes. I think when I first started writing songs, I kept a pen and paper, but I realized that I would forget a lot that I had that book, and it just makes it easier to have it on your phone.
Yeah, because you always got that.
Exactly. And I think that I've got, I want to say like over 400 or 500 different notes that I've just written down over 3 years, something like that. Of just random stuff. Like you'll be talking about something and then something will just click in my head, and then I'll be like, hold on 1 second, and type it down. And then I typically, like, if I ever hear, like, let's say you said something and I wanted to write that song, or like I had this idea because of something you said, I would like go into just my quiet spot and just process that for like 15-20 minutes and just really think it out. And if nothing really came out of that, I would just kind of save it. So a lot of my stuff that I've got in my phone is just saved stuff that I just haven't really got to process fully yet. But
Gotcha.
some of it is, I mean, I could sit like, I think what was it? What song is that? I've got so many in my head right now that I'm trying to think about that I've done this with. I got a song that it just about a girl or whatever. And, it was really easy for me to write it because I literally was just sitting there processing it and just typing. And then I looked and I was like, oh shit, that's like a full song right there. And I didn't ever ask anybody to finish it with me. I just kind of did it and went along with it. And it was like very Johnny Cash, June kind of thing, you know, that kind of stuff. And I don't know, man, it's just a lot of fun to do. And it's my way of just kind of releasing everything, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that answered your question.
No, yeah.
I'm a little bit of a rambler.
No,
I know. I don't remember the question at all. Anyway, I was just like, wow, this is awesome. So with your, so you just like write at least 100 notes a year. It sounds like.
Yeah, I think last year.
A day.
I wish, dude. Last year, I think I wrote like a little over 200 and something songs.
Damn.
Just like they're half of them aren't finished, but you know, most of them are there and like almost ready to go. I like to go back and comb over everything and make sure it's right. And if it's not right, then I won't turn them in, and I won't, you know, I won't ever pitch them to my team like, hey, I'm really passionate about this, until I've actually gone through it and combed over everything. So, yeah.
So how much longer is left in the tour?
I've got, let's see, I've got 2 more weeks with them.
Okay.
And then I think they've got 4 weeks after that.
All right.
So I think Ben Chapman's coming on after me. Great guy. Love him to death. And Casey Tyndall was before me. So all 3 of us are very, very close. Well, I think Casey and I are a little closer than Ben and I. I knew Casey before Ben, and Drake did such a good job about just like, he makes us all feel like family and stuff like that. And I loved how he kind of laid it all out and was like, hey, I want you guys, you know, it's like, you know, we all, I think, complement each other really well, especially with the way the tour is going and stuff like that. It's been great.
So are you guys on the same label then?
No. I'm not really too familiar with who Ben and Casey are with. I'm with basically it's like an independent art development thing. And then I've got a publisher that I'm with as well. So,
awesome.
Yeah. So.
Are you living in Nashville?
I am. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess you were from Cleveland, Tennessee, so it makes sense.
Yeah. I've been in Nashville for about 2.5 years now.
Damn. So when did you start writing music and actually putting?
2.5 years ago.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Yep.
So what was your like come to Jesus moment?
Yeah, like I'm going to do this.
All right, it's a weird story, but you just gotta.
We're weird guys.
If you're a believer, I think you'll go along with it. I hope you get it.
Yeah.
But I was a police officer and I wanted to go to the military, so I like lost a whole bunch of weight. I used to be 400 pounds. I was a big dude, and lost a whole bunch of weight. Ended up going to that, gotten really sick, and then they were like, hey, like, you know, this is just not going to work. You're like too sick for us to make you be here. So we're going to go ahead and let you go home. You can come back if you want to, but if you don't, it's okay. Ended up going home, and I got married before I went there. And we ended up moving to North Carolina, and I just kind of went through this whole down spiral thing. It just mentally and physically, everything just kind of shit the bed, if you will. And I remember just kind of like breaking down one day, like at church. I was by myself. It was like a revival thing that had gone on, and I didn't want to go there. I cannot stand organized religion at all. Like I just don't do the church thing anymore because of how, unfortunately, when you grow up in a town that I grew up in, it makes you hate church, right? Like it just makes you despise everything that it has to do with organization and all that kind of stuff, when you can't be a real person and you can't go have a beer and then, you know, go to church the next day.
It's like forced upon
you.
Like every Sunday.
You just can't be you can't be a real person, unfortunately. And I just carried that with me. And then, I really felt like I needed to be there that night, you know, and I just kind of broke down, and I was like, God, I hate you. And I don't want anything to do with you anymore because I don't know what to do with my life. I'm so fed up with all this stuff. And I was like, if you don't show me something that you want me to do, then I'm just going to not do this anymore. And I was to that point. I was to my breaking point. I legit was going to just shoot myself in the head the next day if something didn't change. I mean, I was to that point. And I lost my voice for like a week and a half. Like right after I left the building that night, I lost my voice, couldn't talk. I mean, I thought I was sick. The doctor said I wasn't sick. So nothing was wrong with me. And then I never could really sing or anything like that. Like I played guitar a little bit, but never really could do that. And dude, I'm telling you, like the day I woke up one day and I had this like melody stuck in my head, and something told me just to write it down. So I just wrote like something to that melody and then played it on guitar and started singing it. And my grandma, I think she heard me singing it and then was like, who's singing that song? I was like, it was me. She was like, what? And then I started singing in church after that, and went to a friend's birthday party, and they posted it online, like a snippet of it on their Instagram. And that's how Nathan Chapman found me. And then I signed with them that Monday.
Wow.
So about 3 weeks after that, I moved to Nashville and did the thing, and now here we are.
So your come to Jesus moment was actually
Jesus
moment.
Yeah, it was actually a thing where it was. I mean, I'm not ashamed to say it, dude. I was sitting there and I was like, I'm so fed up with just the constant like shame that I felt about being here. I don't even want to be in this building at this point. Like, I don't feel like I need to be here, but I'm telling you, like I was talking to God, and I was like, I'm so done with this, and I'm so done with you if something doesn't change. And there it was. It was the weirdest moment ever in my entire life for all that to happen.
Had chills listening.
And
that's crazy.
And it happened very, very quick. And I'm not saying that like I don't want that to come off in a weird way. I know that some people are like, oh, you know, if they heard that, they would take it as like, oh, he's like holier than thou and all that kind of stuff. I'm totally not. Like, I say shit, damn the fuck a lot. So it is what it is. And I like to drink beer, and you know, right. It is what it is. But I'm a real person, and I'm okay with talking about my demons. And I think everybody has them. Everybody's got a vice. So it was just a crazy experience for sure. And it's been wild, man. Like I would never have thought in a million years that I would be doing any of this.
I was gonna say, if Josh Kiser today could talk to Josh Kiser 3 years ago, like what would that conversation be like?
Damn, you're an idiot, probably. You're stupid. I mean, honestly.
Yeah. But I mean, who isn't when they're 3 years ago younger?
Yeah. I mean, I would probably tell myself to not be so hard on myself, for sure.
Amen to that.
And I would tell myself to be okay with not being okay.
Yeah.
You know, I think we all, and especially like creative, like the creative side of everything, actually draws a lot of like depression and like just like mental health problems, you know, and not like crazy, but just like, hey man, like I'm really sad about this, you know, or just like this is a very, very hard career. You know, I have a 1.5-year-old that I barely get to see, and just like there's things like that happens in
that
life
we don't get to see.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And being out on the road's hard, and you got to learn how to deal with it and learn how to go. And it takes a lot out of you. And I think that I would probably just, if I had to tell myself something 3 years ago, just to be okay with not being okay, to stay persistent and don't beat yourself up over the little things, because it's not worth it at all.
Yeah. I feel like, especially in like the creative field, you're always your own worst critic, and you're so much worse on yourself than anyone like around you.
Yeah. What's weird is like you like, I always look forward. I'm a dreamer, so like I look forward to being able to do what Drake does. You know, like people singing his songs back to him and stuff like that. And that happened to me once. I played a show in Chattanooga, so close enough to home. Every word that I sang on the songs that I have out right now, they were screaming them back at me. And it was the best feeling I ever felt in my entire life. But to go out on the road and to not feel that, to be like, okay, I'm a Lone Ranger. I'm up there like by myself, and I'm having to not convince, but show these people who I am, and hope that they love Josh Kiser.
Yeah.
You know, it's rough, dude. I can tell you that I sat on that bus one night just like in tears by myself, because I thought, I'm not good enough for this shit. I cannot do this. And what's weird is like I got up the next day and Drake was like, hey man, you killed it last night. Why'd you go to bed so early? And I was like, I don't know, man. He goes, stop beating yourself up, Josh. You're doing fine.
He
And
knew.
I was like, yeah, he knows.
I mean, he probably would. He was probably there himself.
Yeah. I think we all are there. I think that we all are that way in everyday life too. So yeah.
No, definitely. I mean, even when we were at Second City, we did one show. It was for a competition.
Yeah.
Improv, and we got off stage, and I was like, that was the worst show I ever fucking did.
Yeah.
We're going home today. Like, that's what we're doing. And they came back, and we won the competition. And I was like, I don't know how the fuck we did it.
What happened?
But,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't
So-
know either.
But yeah, I definitely understand that, like, especially from like the creative side of things, where you beat the fuck out of yourself, because like you're like, if I don't, who's gonna?
Yeah.
Like people are nice.
Yeah.
Usually.
Hopefully, yeah. Oh, man, the TikTok world has definitely shown me that people cannot be nice sometimes.
Oh yes, some
for
people
sure.
People
really
suck, man.
Yeah.
Alright.
I love to like read comments on my stuff, and knowing that like people commenting, like they get in rebuttal, like they're like fighting with each other in my comments, you know, and stuff like that. And I'm watching this happen, and I'm like, does this guy or this girl not realize that the person that's talking about stuff like this is just behind a keyboard or their phone?
Yeah.
Like just starting shit just to start it.
Well, and like, why put yourself in that mental place of getting so upset at someone you don't know, and they don't know you,
and then have the balls to say it to your face.
and this shit is
100%.
pointless.
Yeah.
Like, why are you getting so fed up about it?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, you're literally just wasting your time.
Yeah.
You're literally just wasting your time.
Yeah. So when I said people are nice, I meant like it's to your face.
Yes.
A lot of times, whether it's genuine or fake, people are gonna be like, "Good show," or "I like the lighting." If it was really that bad, you know.
Oh yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
The lighting was great. Like,
Lighting was great. You sorry.
looked really good in that lighting. That's like,
thanks a lot. You want to take a picture? No, I'm good. Okay, cool. Thanks.
but yeah.
I never, like, you put into perspective like a whole new world of, because you like hear about openers all the time, but you don't see like the backstory of them traveling with like the main guy and like what that mental toll can do, but also like the opportunity it can give you.
Oh, it's amazing.
So it's like the opener's own perspective of their job and their duty is like critical for them to, I guess, understand it. And like literally just not be too hard on themselves.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, you can't beat yourself up too much. And I think being able to do this for me has been one of those things where it's like, I would, like I said earlier, I don't think I would ever imagine myself up there doing what I'm doing, but here we are doing the thing and like learning. Like I'll sit back there and I take mental notes about everything that they do when they play. And I've done that. I mean, I got to go see the Eagles not too long ago. And I was thinking to myself, like, cause like when you think about putting out songs and writing songs, people, and it's not an unfortunate thing. I think it's just like a thing of right now of, we're so into this. I want to go hard and like party. Right. Mm-hmm. And I'm not really like that. Like, I don't really like to get super rowdy. That's just never been my kind of thing. I'm more of a chill kind of hang and stuff like that. And you watch somebody like Hardy, for example.
Yeah.
Hardy shows are obviously going to be super rowdy and fun, right? Super rowdy and fun. And then you go to like a Vince Gill concert, and what are you going to get? Super mellow, chill, and then honky tonky, that kind of thing. And the middle ground is really kind of the Eagles, if you think about it. And that's just from the notes that I took when I was sitting there watching them play. I was like, these people have these people captivated. There's hit after hit after hit after hit is what they're playing. But I mean, they played 3.5 hours worth of music. And I was in it from the minute they started till the minute they left. And I wanted more. And I thought to myself, I don't have to be this like rowdy Luke Combs, like Hardy thing. Like, yeah, like I may look a little tough around the edges when it comes to tattoos and all that kind of stuff. But I think the appearance of everything is different than what people are going to expect when they come to a show and, want to watch me play and stuff. I think that my main goal is to connect to people instead of just giving somebody something for 30 minutes or an hour,
I mean, that's so good to hear, because every single one of my like favorite songs is because I connect to it. Yeah. And like, I'm like, oh, they literally went through what I went through, and like, they just put these lyrics together and came out with this kick-ass song.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what I want to hear.
Yeah. That's what I want. You don't want somebody to just be like, oh, that Josh Kiser guy was real good, and then forget about it, an hour, 2 days later, whatever. Well,
Yeah. And another thing that I like what you're saying is people are going to be singing back your lyrics in like no time. I have so much like respect and confidence in you based on this conversation. But
based on your sound check that we got a sneak preview of, which was phenomenal.
Oh, thank you.
But it's just so cool to hear, like, you're like, I saw this, or I traveled with them and I took notes. Like, yeah, you're going to have like those dark days, but like, look what you're learning from every single performance.
100%.
Like, every single venue you go to and shit like that.
Yeah.
And like, you're taking notes of it, which is so cool and smart of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you said you got a bunch of tattoos. How many tattoos do you have?
I mean, I got 2 full sleeves and my chest is done, and I got one on my leg.
So when you get a tattoo, are you just like, that looks cool, I want that? Or is it like,
honestly, I have a weird story for you guys too.
Perfect.
But while we're talking about tattoos, so I'm trying to think. I got like, this one's more family and stuff like that. I got to cover up here because I was an idiot, and when I was a kid, I was like, oh, I love to go hunt, right? And I'm like 18 years old. I want to go get a tattoo, man. And I went and got this tattoo, and it was trash, dude. Like, it was so bad. Like, it was so bad. And I just remember like getting it covered up, and I was like, so the guy who does my tattoos was actually like TMing for me at one point. And so he was just like, he does like me, Ern, Hardy, like all those guys. We all get tattooed by him. Langston.
He was just here.
Yeah, he was just up here. Yeah. And so he just kind of like, I don't know, he was just like, do whatever you want to do, man, get creative. And I don't think I ever would do my hands. I kind of like semi regret doing my hands. But then I was like, you know what? Like, it is what it is. It's, sorry. Like, it's already on there. It's not going anywhere. But yeah, this one's more like symbolic of family and stuff like that. And then this one, when I lost all that weight and stuff, I got a lion and stuff like that. And everybody back home calls me Grizz, so I gotta have a big old grizzly bear. I call it my titty bear. And then I've got some other just ones that we probably shouldn't divulge in. But
Right.
dude, I gotta tell you guys this story. So I won't say where we were at, but let's just say I was somewhere, and I was talking to these people. These people came up to me and was talking to me about stuff, and this guy takes off his shirt, right? And he had a sleeveless shirt on underneath it. And I'm looking, and I kind of see him out of this, like the corner of my eye, and I'm like, is there a mirror beside me or something? Like I kept looking and finally he gets close enough to me and he goes, man, I love you, man. I love your music, man. And I know this might be weird, but check out these. He had every single one of my tattoos that I have on his arms, including his hands. And I was like,
identical.
dude, identical, except he didn't have my grandpa's face, because I've got a portrait of my grandpa right here.
Okay.
I mean, I hope he wouldn't.
Yeah, that would be.
And
Kinda
what
crazy.
kind of freaked me out though, because it was like, if he would have got my grandpa's face, a lot of people think that my grandpa looks like Dale Earnhardt
Oh,
Okay.
or like Richard Petty. And so they're like, why do you got like Dale or Richard on your arm? And I'm like, oh, it's not. His name's JC, and that's my grandpa. But it would have been so weird. It was already weird enough. Like I was kind of like, and I didn't know what to say, and I
Yeah.
may or may not have had like a couple Tito's. And I was like, man, I feel like you're going to put me in a hole and make me rub lotion on myself or something. Like, I was like, what is this? Like Joe Dirt? Like, what's going on, man? Like, it puts the lotion on the skin. I'm rubbing it in,
Yeah, I feel like he's here right now.
I don't know. It was weird. Maybe I forget we're getting videoed right here. Maybe we shouldn't talk about it, but
Yeah.
nobody knows where we're at. Actually, wait. Yeah, they do. They're
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
screaming.
they do.
Never mind.
Chicago's in our
I will be
logo, but
gone in less than 4 hours. We're good.
Yeah, it's not live. It'll be released like in 2 weeks. So
But it was crazy. It was absolutely insane. I just remember like I did not know what to do at that point.
I wouldn't know either.
yeah.
And I was like, I said that and I didn't mean it in a bad way.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, you want to like wear my skin, dude? Like, I don't know. I didn't know what to do. It's like, we're getting close to Halloween. Like,
Did he have a beard? Like, did he grow out his hair? Like, is he just trying to?
I will
literally
not
be-
say what he looked like, but I will say that
He
it
was-
was very, very close to me.
Oh my god!
Very, very close to me.
I mean, dude, if you ever like somehow become an actor and you need a doppelganger for some action scene, you get
Yeah,
thrown
like a
out of
stunt
a
double.
window. You know who to
Yeah,
call.
I know who to call. Who's gonna have the same tiger tattoo on their hand, man?
In fact, he'll probably be there already.
What's
like,
weird
I
is like
actually got a
nobody
guy.
ever notices that this was actually my first hand tattoo. Is that one right there? Like,
Okay.
nobody ever notices that one.
Yeah.
Because they only see this, and he had that one too.
Holy shit!
And it was all the same. I mean, it looked a little different, obviously, because it wasn't Mike doing doing
Yeah.
the tattoos. But I actually called Mike the next day, and I was like, "Dude, you've got to know like what happened to me yesterday." He was like, "What, man? What? Because like I always call him. He'll be like, "What happened to you this time?" Like all
Yeah.
giggly and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, "No, actually, like I'm kind of scared a little bit. Like this dude looked like me and had every single tattoo that you've given me on his body, same spots, except for my grandpa." And he was like, "Well, at least he didn't do that." And I was like, "Well, he saw it, and I'm sure that he's gonna go get it now." Like it kind of freaked me
He
out.
engraved
dude.
that shit into his brain.
Oh yeah,
Like, I'm getting
Oh, yeah.
every inch of that
I
one.
was like, "Ooh, run!"
Oh,
That's
man.
insane.
Hey, I mean, I bet he knows every lyric.
Yeah,
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
find the positive.
Let me eat my words real quick.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, that's wow. I don't. What do you say? It's like I don't know if you like not thank you. I don't. Know.
I have no idea.
I think I ended up like taking a picture or something like that, and like
You
saying,
probably put like a chip device on you to track you.
"Yeah, I don't really remember, to be honest with you." I just kind of want to block that out of my mind. Actually, you are the first people that I've ever told other than the mic. So there you
Breaking
go.
news.
Now everybody's gonna hear it.
Yeah.
So
Can't wait.
oops.
Oh my god.
Try to find him. I don't know where. I'm not gonna say where he was at, but we're good.
He's got to be easy to locate now.
Got
Yeah,
to.
you just gotta look for someone that looks like you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Good grief.
Geez. Oh my god. I couldn't imagine. How? Last question. How the hell did you get your voice like that? Like, do I need to like smoke like 30 cigarettes like every 2 hours?
Crush up glass.
Yeah.
Honestly, like
Because like
This is
I'm
gonna
sure
sound
girls
really-
are just like, oh, it's so sexy.
To be honest with you, I don't think anybody's ever told me my voice is sexy.
Well, I know someone in mind.
Oh,
I was
run.
referring to the tattoo guy, for the record.
I was like, wait, what's going on? Help. I'm just kidding.
It's happening again.
You know, like, to be funny about it, I guess, like, when I was in high school, we used to get Milo sweet tea bottles, right?
Yeah.
And I dipped a lot. So
Oh, okay.
we would, like, you know how they had the label that was like right close to the bottom right there? We would actually leave tea in it and then spit. Well, one time my teacher took it away, was like, nobody can have sweet tea bottles in this class anymore, because obviously we were dipping in them. So I decided I'm going to start swallowing dip. And I really think that might have done like the damage part of my vocal cords. Like,
Done.
I for sure get like super tired and stuff like that, like just talking, or like I cannot go to a bar one night and talk, and then the next day I won't have a voice at all. Like,
Wow.
I cannot do it. And I also can't get around smoke either. But I had my fair share of Marlboro Lights in my life, for sure.
Gotcha.
Especially when I was under the age of 17 years old or 18 or whatever it is.
I think it's 21 now.
Is it 21 now?
At least up here it is.
For sig.
Well,
Yeah.
why?
I don't know.
Why?
Yeah.
Maybe you don't want me to get started on that rant, but
I don't care.
I think that's honestly, and I just think it's bullshit. It's like, okay, you're 18 years old, you can serve your country, you can shoot guns, you can buy guns,
Yeah.
except for handguns.
Well, I mean, everyone in the military smokes and dips anyway.
Dude, yeah.
So,
Yeah, like, why not?
what branch are you going into, by the way?
Army.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I was gonna drive tanks actually.
Oh shit.
Yeah, which would have been super fun.
I have a quick story. So I was in the Air Force.
Yeah.
That's actually how we met. We met in BMT. But the guy in like the MEPS processing,
Yeah,
he was a tank driver.
dude.
And
Yeah,
this is gonna get a little gruesome, but he was like trying to scare us. He's like, I used to remember like blowing up the enemy, and I'd drive my tank right over their bones so I could hear them crush. And I was just like, sir, I'm just trying to get to Texas.
dude. There you go. I think the one of the sergeants that was there, he was a drill sergeant. I think he was I can't remember. It's been too long ago to remember this, I think, but I remember the story. He actually is like the guy who jumped a tank in like Iraq or something, like jumping sand dunes in a Abrams. And I was like, he's on YouTube. You can look it up. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But he was like showing me that, and he was like, y'all are gonna have so much fun doing this, boys. Da, 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 da. I got to go and do this, and now I'm gonna go fly planes. And I was like, how do you go from driving a tank and just jumping them and shooting the shit out of stuff to going and flying planes, man?
I mean, he tried flying in a tank, but now
He
gets
did.
real opportunity.
He did.
He's like, we got some air in the tank. He's like,
Yeah.
but I want to get real
Dude,
air.
he launched that sumbitch too. Like, that thing came off the ground, and I was like, well, okay, that's kind of cool.
You gotta really
man.
get him
That's
going too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're not slow.
Right.
They're not
Yeah.
slow. They're definitely weird to look at, man. Like, being like going and trying to like get in one, it's weird. It's like almost like a PlayStation controller. It's like how you drive it. It's kind of weird.
That is nuts.
It's really weird, and not the buttons, but just like the way the wheel
It's like
is.
X, Y.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
got like
You're just
triangles.
playing Call of Duty, really? That's what it
Yeah.
is. No, it's terrible.
Is
That's
that
so bad?
is that like some people buy cars when they like make it big or whatever? So when you saw like the United Center here in Chicago, you're gonna buy a tank.
Honestly, I may. Yeah.
I can.
I'm kind of, dude. I'm like a super prepper, man. Like,
Oh,
I'm-
yeah?
dude, it's bad. Like, it's so bad. I have this like, this is gonna make me sound crazy, but I really don't care. I have this idea. I want to buy like, I don't know, 3,000 or 4,000 acres in Tennessee, and like basically fence it all off, like with either high fence it or just like block it.
Yeah.
And then I want to have a series of tunnels that leads from the main house to different areas of the property in case anything was to ever happen.
That's sick as fuck.
If you do that, can we come visit? 'Cause
Absolutely.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah.
That
You're
sounds
gonna
so
be like
cool.
this tunnel and this tunnel.
Well, I mean, that's what Al Capone did here in the city.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
bars that have like those tunnels or
Yeah.
whatever.
That's how they were
I think
bootlegging
that-
liquor through.
Dude, I want to say that there's a place called Castle Studios that he was either at, maybe, or something like that. And it's got tunnels in it too.
Man.
That like it leads you out to the river.
Oh,
So he can
shit.
get on a boat and leave.
God,
So-
that would be sick.
Dude, it's crazy. But I seriously want to do, like, I know it's weird, but I want to do that just in case anything was
Hey,
to
you
ever
never know.
happen. You know, we are in a very weird time. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
if I ever get the chance to sell out a lot of these arenas, man, I promise you that's going to happen. Like,
You will, dude. I have the most confidence in you, and we appreciate you sitting down, man.
oh,
This
yeah,
was-
absolutely.
This was awesome. I'm excited to get my voice raspy by swallowing some dip and smoking some cigs.
Maybe crush up some glass and swallow
And
it
then-
too.
yeah,
I'm
that
gonna
too.
force feed him chewing tobacco.
I'm
After this.
I'm gonna be
Just
looking. I'm
like,
gonna
Just
be
get some Red Man and try to swallow it.
oh yeah,
That's right. God.
Just don't chew it. Just swallow the leaves.
Oh,
It'll
God.
burn.
Oh my
It'll
God.
burn just enough.
Oh my god.
I had a turmeric shot this morning. Maybe try to do that too, because
Yeah.
ever since I did that, my throat's been like.
Have you had Malort?
What is that?
Oh,
Oh.
it's like the Chicago whiskey.
and it tastes like gasoline.
Oh, so I can't drink whiskey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm allergic to it.
You're
Is it
allergic to
whiskey?
whiskey?
Yeah.
Can you be a country singer and be allergic to whiskey? That's got to be against the
Yeah.
law somewhere.
Obviously,
I don't-
you can.
I mean, I guess.
Well, Blake Shelton doesn't drink whiskey. He drinks vodka.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I drink Tito's.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm more of a. I like Tito's. Actually, Tito's with black cherry Mio.
Oh,
Oh,
It's really good.
No.
A little squeeze
Wow.
of lime in it, some water, some soda water. Let me get you going real
get me
quick.
excited.
yeah.
Mouth sounds.
It's
Yeah.
making me want to put some in this cup for sure.
There you go.
Well, thank you again for
Yeah.
sitting down with us as long as you did.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
We're really looking forward to your show tonight.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
it's
dude,
gonna be
for
sick,
sure.
man. Can't wait. It'll be fun.
You got to come back to Chicago too after this.
I will 100% come back.
Oh, all right. Last question.
Yeah.
You brought up Petty and Earnhardt. Are you a race car fan?
No. I
Have you
used
ever
to
been
be.
to like a race?
I went to Bristol
Okay.
once. I think if I had to pull for anybody right now, it'd probably be like Chase Elliott.
Well, it's not like that. I'm a huge racing fan. I was going to send you an invitation. We go to the Indianapolis 500 each year.
Oh
We
yeah,
ride an RV for 4 days and just
let's go.
fucking
I'll bring the guitar. We'll do it.
dude. So in,
We'll do it.
so in.
Yeah.
Well,
Cool.
I want to go to Dega. Like
Okay.
I really want to do that.
Yeah,
Honestly, like I said, I've only ever been to Bristol, and it was kind of like I think I was just too young to care.
yeah.
You know, I think I was just more concerned about like, oh, these cars are going really fast, and they're loud as shit. But
I mean, our priorities were
Drinking for 4 days.
smoking, yeah,
well,
just
we can do that.
playing bags, playing like.
Well, and then,
all
Oh
these
wait, you
video
can call
games.
cornhole bags.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's cool.
Oh God, you say
Yeah.
cornhole?
Yeah, it's like
We're not
cornhole.
friends anymore.
See, what do you call? All right, I want to settle this. What do you call like a? You guys have Bush Light up here, right?
Yeah.
What do you call like a 30 rack of Bush Light?
A 30 rack.
Yeah,
You
30
call it a
rack.
30 rack. Okay, I heard on a podcast one time. They call it cubes.
Oh,
Fuck.
because it comes in it's like a square.
Yeah.
Well, no shit. I put that together.
But we don't get
But-
so
It's like
so
you
the
sound
thing like
confused.
Tennessee, dude, you can't get 30s. You cannot get a 30 rack anywhere in
really?
Tennessee. Yeah, it's only 24.
I think I only see Bush Light in 30 racks,
Yeah.
at least in the Midwest. Like,
Yeah.
Get it for like $11.
Because what's
See,
the point of
that's
drinking
garbage,
12 of
too.
them? You know, like you're not
They're
gonna feel
expensive
anything.
as shit.
Really?
Yeah, I'm thinking like 24 pack is like right at 27 or 28 bucks.
For Busch Light?
Man. Yeah. you
It's
could-
like $16 for a 30 rack.
Yeah,
here.
I got Bush apples out in the bus actually.
Okay.
So I love Bush apples, right? I'm a big like fall guy,
Yeah.
obviously,
Oh, love it.
and I just like I don't know. I love Oktoberfest beer and all that kind of stuff, but dude, I found those Bush apples, man. And I got a friend who owns a bar in Nashville, and he's like the only bar in Nashville that got Bush apples, the only bar in Nashville that got them. And he gave me like I think I bought 2 cases, and he gave me 3, so that's 5 cases of it. I had 1 case left, and I put it on the bus, and I don't think any of the guys like it. So I'm like, oh shit, I guess I'm stuck drinking this weekend.
I've never had it. You need to be sponsored by
I'll
them.
bring you some. Yeah.
You can reach out.
You hear that, Bush? I need to be sponsored by you,
That's right.
but only during the fall season because I don't like. I like Bush Light, but I prefer a different beer. Over
I
What's
hear
your
you.
number one beer, like your go-to?
It's Miller Lite with a lime.
Ooh,
Whoa.
I've never even thought about putting
Neither
lime in.
have I.
That sounds like a
Yeah.
game changer.
Honestly, it's like Miller Lite to me is like the superior light beer out of Bud Light and like Budweiser and
Like
Michelob
Coors
and
Light.
Coors. Yeah, like
You should say that on the stage tonight. because Chicago is like Miller Lite.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I see. I didn't know that.
Which is crazy. It's brewed in Milwaukee, but
yeah. Well, there we go.
Yeah.
That makes me happy.
Chicago's a huge Miller Lite.
Yeah, and I remember the Miller Lights when I was in high school. That had the Vortex bottle.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Dude.
And the blue label.
Yes, that was so much better.
Yeah.
Like that Vortex bottle thing, that was cool. And they used
Bring
to
it
have the
back.
little tab that you could, the air tab,
Yeah.
and that I don't know if you know this or not, but so if they don't pour a beer right, or if you don't drink a beer right without venting that tab, your stomach starts to hurt, right? Or you can't drink you can't drink a lot. And I didn't know this until I started like really looking into it. But basically, if you wad up some napkins and you pour a beer right and then you pour a beer wrong, or you pour a beer out of a can that doesn't have a vent and then you have a vent in a can and you pour it and you put the things in it, one will explode out of the cup and the other one will stay in.
Which science.
It's basically like the CO2 is getting released if you pour it the right way. And if it's not, and it goes down your throat hole, you're going to burp and it's going to explode in your stomach.
Yeah.
And
You're
then
gonna
you can't-
burp, it'll come out of your mouth, your nose.
Yeah.
I
You're like,
felt it come out everywhere.
Yeah. You're like, "Ooh."
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever really drink a beer and you burp like crazy after?
Mhm.
That's that CO2.
Yeah.
So your stomach can't handle it.
Yeah.
So anyways.
And they don't do any of the
Tough
like
enough
they don't
stomach.
give you a vent at all.
Oh, dude, I wish I had them with me. I carry a vent tool, just like on my keys. So,
Yeah.
but I love shotgun beers. So I got really, really, really good at it.
I was always better with the beer bong.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I can
Yeah.
shotgun a beer. I'm happy to like shotgun.
What about a boot?
Oh,
Oh, we
did the boot.
yeah, we do. Have a boot. We had a boot at the Indy 500.
Yeah,
Didn't go well.
we
the
had to fill it with 5 beers to get it
and they were like,
ice cold.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
to like
So it
chug
was
a
like-
beer, it's got to be like not ice cold.
I
You're
like
just
it.
gonna
Like
torch
if
it.
it's a beer bong, I'll do ice cold.
It's easier to chug though. If
I like a
it's-
beer at a good 32 degrees. Like I want the frost coming off the
That-
can.
Yeah.
100%.
Like if I'm sipping a
shotgunning
beer-
or sipping.
Both.
Oh, you're
See, I like
freaking
them
nuts.
frosty when they go down. Like,
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah. If I'm sipping,
I wanna
my
get
beer
a-
to be
I wanna
cold.
get a
I'm
brain
saying for
freeze.
chugging too. Though.
For
You guys are
chugging, I want to
nuts.
get a brain freeze.
What the hell?
100% want to get a brain. Like I'm like, yeah, I want to
That's
get a brain
psycho
freeze.
shit. That's crazy.
I mean, it's like drinking Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
If you drink Dr. Pepper for pleasure, something's wrong with you.
Yeah, if you like
That
it,
hurts so bad to drink. Like, have you ever tried to drink a Dr. Pepper? It hurts,
Yeah.
right? It's like, I mean, I'm just telling you the truth. It hurts. It's just like, what you're like, what kind of evil? 23 flavors of it's rough, man. It's rough. It's like, I'm telling you.
Fucking Dr. Pepper.
The boot, right?
Das
So
Boot.
what you have to do with the boot is you have to, once you get it at a certain point, you have to twist it
That bubble.
Yeah.
to get the bubble. Yeah, or you're gonna splash all over your face. I take it that that's what happened.
No, it was.
It was just cold?
It was just more. Well, it was cold outside on top of us. chugging.
Okay, all right. I'll give you that.
So it was
I get
like
We probably sell them. pussies.
there. Yeah, because we had like.
No, dude. If it's cold for y'all, it's cold for me. Like I'm freezing right now. I'm actually cold while we're sitting here.
Yeah, I'm actually a little cold right
I'm
now.
a little
too.
chilly. I'm not cold. though.
Yeah, but I decided to roll my sleeves up. You guys were smart. You guys thought ahead.
Yeah.
I went and bought a damn $75 jacket yesterday because I was so cold, and I just sat on the bus and I was freezing. Like that's, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous if you ask me why I did that. I don't know, other than I was just freezing cold. Like it's just cold up here. Like
Yeah.
I'm just not used to it whatsoever.
Well,
I was
and
like,
yesterday
Well, is
and
Tennessee
today was,
that
like,
warm?
the
dude,
first-
yeah,
Really?
it was 85 degrees when we left.
We might have to move.
Yeah, well, Nashville. I mean, it's like snows for like a week, maybe, right? Like in the winter.
I've only seen snow 3 times in my life.
Okay.
So
Wow.
So my cousin lives like more like mountain Tennessee, like just like outside of Nashville, like probably like an hour outside of Nashville.
like near Mont Eagle.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know exactly.
There's like the Cumberland Gap. It's like right there.
Yeah, she's right out of Johnson City.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
she's
So
like-
yeah, she's gonna get a little bit more
Yeah,
snow.
so that's like, but she's still like, she's like, nope, it's like a beautiful day here. Otherwise, like if there's no,
Oh,
if it's
yeah.
not
If
like
it's
that
not
week,
if it's not snowing or if it's not sleeting, I would say it's more sleet
Yeah.
than anything else. it's gonna ice like crazy. I mean, it's just like, but I don't think I think last year the coldest it got was 20.
Wow.
But I mean, I was like, obviously I wouldn't go outside.
That's
'cause it's too
sweatpants
cold.
and hoodie
Yeah.
weather.
That's Carhartt. It's like 3 inches or 6 inches of Carhartt and 3 inches of dick. Is what that is. I mean, it's just like, I mean, it's going to take you a minute to get out to take a pee. I mean, for sure. I mean, you're going to have to go through layers and layers of Carhartt. Trust me. Like I think I wear, this maybe I'm just going to be honest with you. I think I wear a base layer, long johns, right? My outer layers, 2 jackets and bibs. And I've got like 3 pairs of socks on and I'm still cold. Like,
You gonna wear a snowsuit on stage tonight?
dude, I should. It's colder than the well digger's ass out here. Like, it's cold. It's cold.
Oh yeah, it is. You came like right at the like first week. Other than
Yeah,
like
this-
literally last week, it was like 80.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see? There we go.
Ridiculous. That's the thing about the Midwest is you can like experience all 4 seasons in a week.
Does it rain while it's sunny up here?
Yeah, occasionally.
Like it'll be sun shining outside.
So that's when the
and there's
rainbows
just-
come out.
It's just like, but no. There's no clouds in the sky. It's just rain.
Oh,
Yeah.
That happens in Tennessee a lot.
It's happened a few times. I mean, it's not like it's not as often. I mean, it's pretty cloudy up here.
It is cloudy.
Yeah.
Like back home, I remember. I think I was driving to do something, and like back home. So I took this back road, and it's like just nothing but cornfields and some soybeans. And I remember looking up, and I was like, "Why is it raining?" And there's no clouds in the sky. I couldn't figure it out. I thought I was in like the Twilight Zone or something. There was nowhere for the rain to fall.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just didn't know if that just does it there, if it does it here too.
I mean, I've
Here's the
seen
real
it
thing.
occasionally, but I definitely like remember seeing it because I was like, same thing. I was like, well, I don't know how that works.
I just want to know like what kind of anomaly that is, like,
Yeah.
and how weird that is.
Well, I mean, like rain already, like, I'd have to take a refresher course on how that shit works, let alone without clouds. I'm like, all right,
Maybe just lick my finger and see what happens.
like what kind of black magic is this? Like,
Well, hail too.
Oh, yeah.
Really crazy.
well, the other day it hailed pretty hard. It was
It did?
insane. Yeah.
Here?
No, that was the day that you were stuck in at Second City.
What did you say? You took a train here?
Yeah.
What's that like? I've only been on one train.
It's
You get used to it.
yeah.
Every now and then, there's some guy like taking a shit or just smoking anything on it.
Is
Yeah.
it like an outside train or a
So
like underground?
underground, and then it goes up once it gets up to this area.
It's called the L here because it's elevated.
Ah,
Yeah.
Mind blowing
Learning.
stuff.
learning city life.
Yeah.
Alright.
So
It's all right. I'm ready for
yeah, a little bit more spread out.
yes.
But it
City life's
is
cool.
it's cool. I mean that because like the stop right by my house does like live music in there.
Yeah.
So like artists will come as long as you like register it with the city hall. Like you can go and perform. Like
Street
they'll set up
performers,
and
yeah.
like street performers under there. So like a lot
Wow.
of the underground stations, even in the winter, like well into the winter, can have that. For,
Oh
like,
wow, cool.
people that are just like starting out and stuff like that. So it was really cool to see that. So then you're like, if you miss a train, there's another 10 minutes before the next one. So you're like sitting there
Oh.
for like listening to music at least. You're like, oh yeah, this is awesome. Like I don't mind waiting.
So if it doesn't work out for you, and there's always the train stop.
Train,
Yeah.
the train system.
yeah, just hit me up right by it's the Jackson Street station.
I would love to try to go out there and do that.
We'll put a word in. We'll put a word in.
So like walk out there with my guitar one day and just see what happens.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
People probably fucking shit their pants if they heard you. To be honest.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
They'd be like, you don't belong here, man. you gotta be on a bigger stage. Well,
All right, Josh. Thank you for coming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for having me.
You're the
Yeah.
shit, dude.
Oh,
Looking
y'all
forward
are.
to tonight. Looking forward to shitting on Dr. Pepper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, Dr. Pepper. it's just a hard flavor to get over, man. Makes you hurt.
it's like a lot of different flavors. all at once.
It's like if you enjoy to be choked with lava, you're gonna drink Dr. Pepper. I think 2 of the 23 flavors is rock and lava for sure. It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Yeah.
It has to be. Dr.
How
Pepper
else would
should,
they get that perfect peppery flavor?
Oh man.
telling me. I
Is
don't
it
know.
soda or pop?
Coke?
What the fuck?
So like whatever it is, like whatever you Coke.
Well, so if you want like Like if you come down to Nashville, and you say you want a pop, people are gonna be like, well, you want me to punch you in the face?
Yeah.
Right. Now, if you're like, I want a Coke, well, they say, what kind of Coke do you want? And then you choose Coke,
The bag
Coke
or
Zero,
the can.
Diet Coke,
Right.
Sprite.
So Sprite falls under the Coke category.
Yes.
What
yeah.
the
Basically anything carbonated except for soda water
Right. Or beer.
or beer. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like the two things that they're like, no, those are different.
And even then, they're like, what do you want? I'll take a beer. Well, what kind of beer do you want?
Yeah.
You want, it's
Yeah.
the same as that goes, I guess.
Yeah.
What else is weird? You want to keep going with this? I could do this all day.
Well,
I mean,
no,
I think we've ended this show
I
like
said
3
soda
times.
and pop, and you're like,
I-
Coke? Like, what the
'cause
hell?
I just think it's more like if you said like I want a beer and they were like, what kind of beer? Then you're like, okay, that makes sense. But
Yeah.
if you said like Coke, like in my head, that's a brand name. So like you go,
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
can with the red
Yeah.
and white letters. It's
So
not every single soda.
Technically, that has black letters now too.
yeah, all the letters. But yeah, but it's also, but it's like saying like, oh, I want a Coke, and then
No,
or it's like saying I want a Miller, and they're like, what kind of Miller?
yeah, exactly.
That
Yeah.
throws me off because
Well-
if I order a Coors, they're like, do you want Coors Banquet or Coors Light?
See, we call those buckskins.
What?
Buckskins.
The banquets.
Yeah, banquets are buckskins.
Why?
Is this what you drink when you hunt, or what?
No,
Why-
they're
why
just
are
called buckskins.
You don't know why?
I think the can is just colored of the buckskin.
Like, do you call Bud Lights like pig ears?
no.
No. Why would he? Do
Why would I
that?
call Bud Light?
Why is it called Buckskins?
No,
Because it's like
'cause
the color of the can is the color of the skin.
Oh,
Like, yeah.
wait, what beer are we talking about?
Coors Banquet, like
Banquet.
in a can.
Oh, okay.
Not in the bottle.
Right.
And it's like
So it just looks like a bottle.
it's like a Western beer.
Yeah.
It's a cowboy beer.
Cowboy baby.
But if you've never had a Miller Lite with lime, you have to have
I
it.
haven't.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have
Haven't
to do
had
that
that.
tonight.
Haven't
so-
had
I know they have
Bush
Miller Lite.
Apple, and I haven't hated Dr Pepper
I
with
think
so
my
much
boy-
hatred.
I got a friend. His name's Huck Finn. Not actually like the
Like Huckleberry
mystical
Finn?
character or
Right.
whatever. Like his actual name's Huck, but I was Tom, but he goes by Huck. He lives up here. He got me on the Miller Lights with the limes.
Is he coming tonight?
I think he is.
I wanna
He's
meet
hit me
Huck
up
Finn.
like 15 times, and I just like every time I call him back, he's like, "Oh, Kiser, I'm too drunk to drive." And I'm like, "I love you, buddy." He's like, "Well, I'll call you in the morning, bud." I'm like, okay, that sounds good. But he's like this big jacked dude, bald headed guy. He owns Huck Finn Barbell Apparel,
Okay.
like that kind of thing. I don't know if you ever saw him on like Instagram or something. He's the guy that like, you ever seen that video? It went viral. He like he's like big into like the WrestleMania kind of thing, and he ran into a Red Bull thing at a gym here and like shattered it. It was glass. It wasn't plastic,
Oh.
and he shattered it. Like it shattered everywhere in this gym. It
How
was
did you guys
hilarious.
become friends?
Working out?
Okay.
Yeah, I met him at a powerlifting competition. I used to do
Gotcha.
that too. So
Man, you did everything.
eh, you just
I like to get in the gym.
horse of many colors, I guess.
Huck Finn.
Yeah, it's cool though. I'm telling you. I don't know what else is weird.
Dude, you're kind of weird, but
I am kind of weird.
we are too. So
Like,
it's all
we're
right.
so fucking weird. Like, like we literally were.
I'm
like,
okay with being weird.
What's your weirdest habit?
Ooh,
Do you have pet peeves? Like, what's a pet peeve you have?
I've got really bad pet peeves.
Like what?
I hate when people chew with their mouth open.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I hate when people don't put toilet paper on the roll the right way.
What's the right
What's
way?
yeah? What's
It's over.
Yes.
wait?
You don't
So it's
pull
back.
from under. You don't pull from under.
No,
you pull from
over, and then you just fucking yank that
yeah.
shit.
Like whoever put the toilet paper in here to this bathroom, I just saw it today
Which the lower or
upstairs.
important people?
Upstairs. It was definitely the wrong way. So, and
Honestly, I
I,
think
and I
that
just
was
I
me
didn't even
last
use the
night.
bathroom. I was just in there washing my hands, and I switched it because it bothered me so bad.
I'm gonna go up there right now and switch it back.
Do you do it under?
I don't think about it. I don't know.
I think you should think about it.
Yeah.
I don't even have a toilet roll holder in my bathroom. It's just
Oh yeah, it
on
just
that
sits
lower
on
shelf.
The, yeah, it sits on the.
Oh, so yeah, there you go.
So then I guess it doesn't.
I
matter.
guess it doesn't really matter. Also, don't like 2-ply. I like a good thick toilet paper. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
well, the one in BMT was freaking sandpaper.
I got other weird, like I guess ticks. I wear sunglasses all the time. Like that's
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't tell.
It's a nervous tick, I think.
Yeah?
Mainly.
It's like Big Daddy. The kid puts on the glasses because he thinks he's invisible to the rest of the world.
Yeah. Everybody gives me shit for it. Shout out Noah Hicks.
Why is that so? I think he was just.
He was here with Langston. Yeah. He actually, I posted a picture of us playing. We played basketball a couple days ago, and he was like, "You didn't wear those inside playing indoor basketball." Hashtag there's no way that it didn't fall off. And I wanted to comment and say something about his height because he's short, but we pick on each other. I love him to death. But
how many glasses do you have?
Probably 20 or 30 pair.
How many are on the bus with you? How many you travel with?
7.
7. And you have it distinct. Like it has to be these 7?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, 100%. They're all prescription.
I should have brought my.
It's not like I'm some douchebag wearing glasses. They're all prescription. But it is like a tick too. It's like just one of those things. But I can't see worth shit, dude. If I didn't have these on, I couldn't see you for sure. And I couldn't see the TVs or nothing. I mean, it's really weird, but it's got really sensitive eyes to light and all that kind of shit. But I think another thing that's weird about me is that when I open a beer, I have to dent it and I have to twist the tab.
You dent it right.
You
under
mark your
so
territory.
So your thumb fits in there when you're.
Yes.
That's how I do it.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? And that
weirdos.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Just drink the beer.
And then wait, you turn the tab sideways.
Turn it to the right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do if it's glass? Just bite part of the
glass. If it's glass, I rip the thing. I didn't mean. Sorry.
I think it's an anxious thing though. I would say the can is like a comfort thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just grabbing it and where your thumb goes.
Yeah.
But on the beer bottle, that's I do that occasionally, but it's usually when I'm thinking about something because I'm not thinking about this. This just happened.
Oh, I do it immediately.
Oh.
And a matter of fact, if they hand me a beer, if it's a bottle and the label won't peel, I'll hand it back to them and say, "Give me a different one. I'll pay for that
dip it
one."
in water first,
if it takes forever to come off, I won't drink it. I know that's weird.
that one's a little bit weird.
Yeah, I just won't do it.
But sorry, this one's broken.
Sorry, this one's not going to do it for me. This one's not going to get me drunk. Unfortunately, this beer is not superior. And then typically I'll do a Donald Trump impression after that. Not superior beers. Frankly, excuse me. I need another beer, please. Thank you. Have a good one. Melania. No, it's terrible.
That was good.
That's actually really good.
That was.
I like to do impressions. That's another thing.
What else do you do? Who else?
If I wasn't stopped up right now, I could definitely do that thing on Shrek. You know that
My lord.
what is it? No, it's
Donkey?
not the gumdrop.
Oh.
bud.
Yeah.
I can't do it right
Gingy.
now. Yeah.
How do you know that name?
Or
Shrek.
it's a thong. That kind of thing. It cracks me up. I can't do it right now. But, I like to do that one. I like to do Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe. Here you guys. Here. But no, it's a fun one. It's fun. There's a guy who I probably shouldn't say this on a podcast, but we'll do it anyway. There's a guy back home. His literal speaking voice is radio, and he's on the local radio station. And so every time, I don't know, something stupid will happen, and I'll be with some people from back home, and I'll go, "Oh, Steve Hardline, your host for Walker Valley Sports. This is Mix 104.1 WCLE, Cleveland, Tennessee," like that. And they're like, "How do you do that so well?" And it's because you grow up and you listen to this guy and his actual speaking voice. So he's talking to you "Oh, hello, I'm Steve Hardline. Nice to meet you." And I'm like, "How do you have this such animated voice, man? It's kind of freaking me out." So I started doing that, and I remember my brother, we did an interview there, and my brother and I we were talking, and and I was doing that voice, and he goes, "Hell of an impression, my friend." He was in the building, and I didn't know he was in there, and I was doing it, and I was like, oh, look. His co-host, her name's Bridget, and I was like, "Oh, Bridget, oh, hello, good to meet you today. Oh, hey. And he comes out, and he's got this total frat boy look on, his sleeves were way too long. He was just doing this. He's just a goofy dude. He's awesome. He's amazing, and super sweet guy. But I felt so bad. I was sitting there doing all that. And my brother goes, he's hitting me. He's like, "Stop." I'm like, "Why? It's hilarious. Why?" He's like, "Stop." And Steve comes around the corner. Funny impression, bro. Funny impression. He's talking like I talk. He's like, luckily I can't. He's like, nobody can sing like you. And I was like, oh God, it's so bad. I don't know why. We got to stop this. I'm rambling too much.
All right.
I'm literally going to get fired from this interview because I'm not working. Wait, one more question. Do you have a song we can use for our intro and outro?
Yeah. Whatever.
What song?
Which one?
Whichever
What
one.
song do you think is like upbeat? Like, I don't know how to describe us, but what song?
Like-
or maybe not even that's out yet. It's like, oh, I think this would be a good intro outro song for a podcast.
Like that's done right now.
It doesn't have to be technically done.
I think I probably have a couple. Yeah.
We need one.
Yeah,
You could use Never Drinking Again.
Oh, that's true. We
that's a
can.
good one.
That's a
Yeah.
pretty. I mean, we're sitting at a bar. Hey y'all, this is Josh Kiser, and this is Last Call. Toodaloo, motherfucker.
Perfect.
Oh.
Yo.
What's up?
Just living life.
So today we talked to Josh Kiser.
Yeah.
He was on tour with.
Our new best friend.
No, he is our new best friend. He was
on
on
tour with Drake White.
Drake White. We did not get a chance to talk to Drake White while he was here.
Correct. But shout out to Drake White for his comeback.
Yeah, and it was such a cool concert. The energy in the room, the meet and greet before then. We got
Yeah.
to sit in on that a little bit. That was really cool. But let's focus in on Josh because
Our main man.
our main man. We are wearing his hat.
We are.
His is backwards.
It is.
He felt a little uncomfortable that we were wearing the same hat.
I just don't like matching.
And if you watch the episode, if you've made it this far, you know that Josh wears sunglasses like all the time. He wore them through the entire interview
Yeah, so we're wearing ours to pay tribute.
to pay tribute. We're wearing his hat and our sunglasses. And it was really cool that he was able to, first of all, he sat down with us for over an hour.
Like an hour and 10 minutes.
And he was sitting down talking, and I remember almost being like, hey, we can cut it here.
Yeah.
And
we've tried wrapping up the conversation like five times.
Like 5 times.
Just out of respect. Not that we didn't want to talk to him, just
like for his
because-
schedule.
yeah.
Because we were like, oh, you got to probably do other things than just talk to us all day.
Right.
And he was like,
I had to get back to work.
yeah. And right. You kept saying that. You're like, I might get fired. But we were sitting here talking to him, and we kept trying to wrap it up, and he kept being like, nah, I can literally do
He's
this
like,
all
nah, I
day.
got this cool ass story and this cool ass story.
Yeah, and then
this cool ass
then we
story.
kind of just talked about random things.
We talked about everything.
It felt like it.
It was one of my favorite conversations that I've had recording because we got deep, and then we also just started shooting the shit and talking crap about Dr. Pepper.
Oh yeah.
And like just amazing and like interesting things, especially about him being on the road and life as an opener.
Oh
And
yeah.
how he got started. Like that shit was wild.
And how there are aspects of that lifestyle that a lot of people don't see
Yeah.
from his perspective.
Yeah.
And the way that I didn't know he had a kid.
Nope.
And he, doesn't get to see his kid as often as he'd like, and
Right.
things like that. And I believe he's married, or I couldn't remember if he said he was married. I know he has a kid. Either way,
I don't think he's. I don't know.
well,
I did forget.
I enjoyed the conversation that he almost gave us the ability to like see this world through his eyes for an hour and a half, which
Yeah.
was more than amazing, just to kind of almost peek into his brain about how it worked and how he only started 2 years ago.
Yeah. Which
That's
is
impressive.
insane.
Like, I can't believe that a man with a voice that beautiful and just... Oh, also, he thought you were hitting on him at one point because you said...
Right. Well, I was referring to his stalker, which was not stalker. Sorry.
But he said...
Big fan.
Yeah, just a huge fan.
Right.
And there's a thin line between stalker and fan.
I mean, if you get every tattoo of another human on this earth,
Stalker.
like, yeah, how is that not under that category?
It's on the creepier side of fan, if not. You know what I mean?
It's just, yeah, it's...
But we had such a great time talking to Josh. He went and grabbed us these hats afterwards. It was just so cool to hang out. We actually got beer koozies also.
How are the Miller Lights with lime?
Oh my gosh, it's life changing. I drank them during his concert, and I was like, another Miller Lite Lime. I mean, they're
Which
I would say maybe better than Bud Light Lime because
Whoa.
it's got a.
don't let the tough girls hear
I
that.
know, but it's not like, you know, it's a Bud Light Lime is a pre-bottled thing, so you're gonna have that mass-produced flavor.
Yes.
You know, like that hint
Well,
of
you would
like,
hope so. If
this
it's
is-
mass produced, you'd hope it'd be the same flavor.
right. So with the Miller Lite with a lime was just like, it's fresh. It tastes like fresh lime. You know what I mean? So it's apples and oranges. You almost can't even compare them. But Miller Lite, I do prefer a Miller Lite over a Bud Light.
Well, he likes bush apples too.
And bush apples are delicious.
Still
You
haven't had
still
one.
haven't had one.
No.
Yeah, he said he was going to bring you one.
Yeah, he didn't.
Hmm.
What the hell, Josh? What'd I do to you?
Yeah, we've been wearing these hats since you gave them to us, buddy.
Yeah. Haven't showered and haven't taken them off.
Yeah, I haven't washed this hand that you shook. I just started getting tattoos. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Got the same tattoos. What'd you think of him performing?
Oh my gosh. It was, first of all, I didn't even recognize him. Like you said,
Yes,
I wasn't going
told
to.
you.
Yeah. You went up to go talk to him in VIP and you were like, I just talked to Josh. You're not going to recognize him.
He was sitting at the bar up there.
Yeah.
And I went up there just to make sure everything was cool. And I was like, who the hell's this guy? And so this is actually kind of a reoccurring thing when we talk to these people, because they're obviously not stage ready when we're interviewing them.
Yeah.
But then they get stage ready and it's just like, oh, you're a whole new person.
Except for Tough Curls. They were wearing.
Well,
what
I think
they
Michael
wore.
Ray just threw on like a new shirt.
Yeah, that was the only thing he did.
Yeah.
And then,
But this man got his hair all ready.
yeah, his
And,
hair
like-
was completely different. Where Tough Curls, the only thing that they changed by the time they got on stage was they put on the short shorts.
True.
They didn't do the interview in the short shorts.
True.
But with Josh, it was outfit change. I mean, when we saw him, he was in sweatpants and a hoodie.
Yeah, he looked
was-
comfy.
He looked cold.
Well, he did look. He was cold.
Yeah, he was not used to this kind of weather, and he was here on like the.
It was a cold day.
It was
'cause
a
it was like
very cold day.
a good amount of days between like 70 and 80, and then the one day he did come here was like 55.
Yeah, so he was like definitely feeling that Windy City weather,
Right.
and it was really cool to just like, he was so very down to earth, like
Yeah.
beyond grateful for where he's gotten so far.
Yep.
And it was really cool to see that, especially because, I mean, I can't get over the fact that he only started 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And he, you know, has a voice like Chris Stapleton, but
he's Josh
But he's
Kiser.
Josh Kiser, and he's not Chris Stapleton.
Well, and he's going to be releasing new work that he said is more.
It has more of that like blues
Yes.
feel.
Or just more, I guess, him.
Yeah,
Like
more
he's got
him.
an EP, right?
Yeah, he's got a new EP
out.
coming out in the next couple.
Well, we don't know when. He just said
weeks.
he's working on it and it's coming out.
Right.
That'll be his next thing.
Yeah, I guess he didn't really give us a date on that. So, and then
Looking forward to it though. And the man gave us a new intro song.
yeah, so you can hear it after this, and
And you
before
probably
this.
heard it before.
yeah. So
Shout out to Josh Kiser for that.
odds are you've
that
already
song.
heard it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Josh.
And nobody can sue us because we have it on video and recording
That
that
he
this
said.
man said we can use his song.
Yeah.
So take that.
And
Whoever.
we've been liking each other's TikToks back and forth.
You and Josh.
Yeah, me and Josh.
That's cute.
Yeah. Well, we and you kind of got a little salty during the episode because we were talking about how he was like in the middle of saying how he puts his thumb in and dents the beer
Yeah.
can and turns the tab. And I was like, you turn the tab sideways?
I mean-
I'm like, I do that stuff.
Listen, like Josh was super cool, and I would say I consider that man a friend. Of that, I don't probably will might not ever see again, but probably will maybe. Yeah, when he's like headlining stages,
Yeah,
for
when
sure.
he's headlining
He'll
this
remember
place.
us and bring us backstage and be like, "Those guys are my best friends." That's exactly how it'll happen. But I mean, he is a
To a
weirdo. He likes weird things, and so do you. And I mean, so do I. But it was funny
hearing him be so open about how weird he is.
Right, and he actually brought up that topic. He was like,
Yes.
people do a lot of weird things, and we were like, what do you do that's weird?
Right.
And that was really cool that he just was like, well, there's this. Like he kind of just went on a roll. And,
Yeah. He
but
hates Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. I didn't think that the beer can thing was that weird because I have been doing that for a while. So
I don't know. His the dude sang the Fresh Prince song.
oh, I know. He mixed in
what?
so many. He also like I like the way he did his set because he came out and was like, played a bunch of songs, and then he said he had 10 more songs for us. And then after that,
He did
like,
10 songs in like a 2-minute span.
Yeah, and he did them all wrapped in
It
together.
was-
It was kind of
I don't want to give away like what he does, but I mean we kind of just did. But like if
it was
if
kind
you're
of like a
listening to this
mashup.
and he's around, like it's so worth it to go hear
Yeah,
and hear that mashup.
yeah. Find wherever he's performing next and go see him live if you can. Because
And tell him
it's
his
definitely
best
worth it.
friends Michael and Jackson said hi.
Yeah, tell him Windy City Joe's definitely said what's up, and thanks for the hats.
Right. Still waiting on the bush apple though.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, he just sends you one. Like that's all.
With it dented. With the
Yeah,
dent in
it's
it.
already pre-dented.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
that would be perfect.
No.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. This has been
And listening.
and listening. This has been Windy City Joe's Last Call. And you can follow us at Windy City Joe's on all social media platforms.
And follow Josh Kiser at Kiser Country with K's on Instagram for at least. Spotify, guess what? He uses his name.
Yeah. So you just find him under Josh Kiser there. So thank you again for watching, and we'll see you guys at the next show.
Toodles.